killing me. Okay, everybody, we're getting ready to start the regular board meeting for May 17, 2023. As you know, I am not Larissa. I am Michael. Larissa's not here today, and Pascal's not here today. So I am acting as president tonight, and Roger is acting as clerk. So with that being said, we'll take roll call.
Leticia Goodale here.
Eric Ortega here.
Roger Murchat here.
Michael Gaddis here, and there are three of us present, so we have a quorum. I want to welcome everyone, and now we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In our closed session, the board considered the appointment, employment, evaluation and performance, discipline and transfer and dismissal of employees. We also discussed the position regarding collective bargaining with Bonsall Teachers Association and the California School Employees Association, Chapter 703, in order to direct the superintendent as chief negotiator in the matter of BTA and CSEA contracts. And we also had a conference with real property negotiators for the property located on the east side of Horse Creek Ranch Road in Fallbrook, California. No action was taken. I need a motion for to approve the current agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. I need an approval for the minutes for the regular meeting of April 17, 2023, and the special meeting of May 9th, 2023.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's unanimous. Now we go to reports. Do we have anybody from a parent group here today? For a report, I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm new at this. Okay, do we have anybody from the Bonsall Teachers Association?
Sorry, Alan. Mr. Williams, would you get the mic?
Hello.
Perfect.
Oh, yep. I think it's on. Is it on? Okay. Good evening, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Clevenger, and Miss Gina. I am here as the Bonsall president to report on the Bonsall Teachers Association, which I can say we are very ready for summer, as are our students. But I wanted to say something about our teachers who are retiring today, but I'm going to start with the high school, even though none of our teachers are retiring from the high school. It's a long story. No. So something has happened at the high school where we've had some different admin come in, and we've had former admin come in with the design team, Mr. Cesar, and all of them have remarked, I've never worked with a team of teachers who are so incredibly dedicated and go above and beyond for their students. And when I heard it the first time, I was like, that's great, thank you. And then I heard it again from another admin and another person that was visiting. And it hit me that since I've been on all 5 of our sites, and I get the privilege to visit our teachers at every site, and I get to see up close and personal what they do with the students, all of our teachers, there's the contract that I have to defend, and then there's what they do. So the contract's like here, and the above and beyond is here, that they don't have to do, but we want to do it because we love our students. So 3 of those great teachers are retiring, and 2 of them I was able to celebrate at our spring meeting. That's Debbie Wilson and Debbie Hoffman, who are both great educators from Bonsall Elementary School, and Annie Carney from Bonsall West slipped in there at the end. So I have a gift for Annie as well. And we just want to say our appreciation to all of our teachers, but especially those that have given the majority of their professional life to our students and our community. And we really thank them from the bottom of our heart. So thank you.
CSEA?
Good evening, Ms. Gina, Superintendent Clevenger, and board members. There's another tally. As this year comes to a close, I want to wish all the retirees the best in the next chapter of their lives. And congratulations to all the classified sites employees of the year and the district classified employee of the year. This year, CSA and the district have made great strides in creating new jobs, reclassifying jobs, and new salary schedules. The classified staff, thank you. They say it makes a difference in their lives. And I want to say one more thing. It's the most wonderful time of the school year. It's almost summer. Thank you and enjoy.
Sullivan Middle School. Oh, there.
Okay, good evening, board. Mr. Clevenger, Miss Gina. Oh, I have, oh. Okay. Wait. There we go. Oh, this is great. Okay. Sullivan Middle School, along with Bonsall Unified School District, is committed to supporting all of our students, but especially our military-connected students and their families. Sullivan has worked hard to reduce the burden on military-connected students and their families by providing the most critical transitional supports. The military is one of the United States' largest workforces, with more than 2.6 million active duty service members, individuals serving in the National Guard and Reserves. In 2022, California had over 278,000 active duty service members and individuals serving in the National Guard and Reserves. It is because of this commitment in supporting our military families that Sullivan Middle School is honored to receive the Purple Star Award. I want to put up in this picture here a very special thank you to our student, Haley Rocha, who was one of our student representatives and had the opportunity to introduce Lieutenant General Smith. Like many of our military students, Haley and her family will be leaving us and the area at the end of this month due to military orders. We wish them well in their next adventure, and Haley knows she will always be part of our Wildcat family. All right, in celebration of the Wildcats and their hard work through the third quarter, Sullivan PTO hosted the second annual color run for our Wildcats. Students ran around the track while ASB students color bombed them. And at the end of the run, the students received color packets and went into the middle of the field to color bomb each other, as you can see in that picture above. The fun was epic. Thank you to our PTO for helping organize this event. And I didn't get too many parent phone calls about the kids getting back into the cars afterwards. So it was great. If you look at the two pictures, my favorite being in the top right-hand corner of the three students just mesmerized by our Sullivan student. Our Wildcat STEM scholars taught and demonstrated their computer and engineering skills to the Bonsall West Elementary students during their STEAM Day. Our future Wildcats were great listeners and participants during the demonstrations. Thank you to Bonsall West for hosting and inviting us to this awesome event. All right, this next slide, if you look at the top left-hand corner, you can see how lucky period 2 is because they have both Mrs. Diaz, who will be honored tonight, and Mrs. Foxley, who was honored as our Teacher of the Year for Sullivan. So these students have the privilege of having both of these adults in their class supporting them in their adventures in that classroom. But we honored Miss Megan Foxley, a Sullivan Certificate Employee of the Year, and Miss Liz Diaz, who is our Classified Employee of the Year. These students from period 2 were both ladies support the students in that class. And congratulations to our Wildcats. If you look at the other, yes. I'll pause for as long as it takes, right? The next two are the few slides at the bottom. This past Friday, I was able to kind of sneak these in right away. We had our annual carnival event. And with 12 jumpers, activities, games to participate in, the students and staff had a great time. And I want to thank you to all the parents who volunteered, especially our parents who cooked because I was behind that girl last year, so I really appreciate them. So thanks, a huge thank you to our parents. All right, we were showered upon last week, our classified and certificated. Thank you to our PTO and Wildcat families for making our Sullivan staff feel appreciated. Last week, Jen Grubal, Rachel Thomas, and Jessica Van Eyck organized and arranged all the wonderful food for our breakfast and lunch last week to celebrate Teacher and Classified Appreciation Week. They organized donations from our Wildcat families and created a wonderful food frenzy for us at Sullivan. A huge thank you to our PTO and Wildcat families. The love didn't stop there. We also had Mrs. Rodriguez and Mrs. Kate from our district office drop off snacks for our Sullivan staff. Thank you to everyone who provided all the amazing food and celebrated with us. All right, we were honored to have all of our new Wildcats come up. We hosted our Welcome Future Wildcats events with all the elementary students participating together. Wildcat ambassadors and the ASB students led 10 different groups on a tour of the campus and then back to the MPR for games and team building activities. The future Wildcats were introduced to a few of our all-star Sullivan staff members and then released into the cheer tunnel with pom-poms and music as they exited the MPR to their buses. I would like to thank our elementary staff, as you can see the pictures on the bottom, who attended and helped with our event. We are all looking forward to welcoming our new Wildcats with next year with our boot camp for students and parents over the summer. All right, I'm really excited about this. The last couple of years, we've been focusing on bringing back music and the arts programs that were tremendously impacted by COVID. I'm excited to announce that Sullivan Music students and Miss Bacor have knocked it out of the music park. On May 6th, Sullivan Music students participated in Music's in the Park Festival in Hollywood. Our Wildcats swept the awards with scores in ranges from Advanced Show Choir Show 2, 95.5 superior rating, Show 1, 92.5 superior rating, Guitar Ensemble 94.75 superior rating. Show 2 took the overall choral sweepstakes with the highest score overall divisionals. Jet Van Alphen won overall junior high accompanist for the second year in a row. He accompanied Show 1 on the electric acoustic guitar playing their ballad. Tiffany Nickelberry won overall junior high vocalist with her lead as Mary in the Advanced Show Choir's routine for Mary Poppins. Our music students are exceptional, and I'm so pleased to announce next year that Sullivan has been able to expand our music electives, including 2 show choir 1s, 1 advanced show choir, and 2 guitar classes with a full 5 classes of music. Again, congratulations to our Sullivan music students and Miss Pecor. Also, a shout out to our parents, as always, who support and drive these students to all of the amazing events. By the way, we all went to Universal Studios and we were all getting on the same ride and like, we have to take a picture. So we did that at the very top, which was fun. All right, lastly, if you take a look, thank you, Mrs. Murphy, for posing for our May 4th activity. We had RTD2 and our C3PO, and the students were staff dressed up as we hosted Star Wars games during our lunch. I would also want to thank Allison McMillian and Megan Leon, our PTO, for organizing and buying new refrigerators for our staff lounge.
There we go. There we go.
They were able to work with Mr. Yanks, who is a Sullivan parent, and I've got his truck there. We were able to buy, and he delivered our new refrigerators and took our old refrigerator away. With the food that we eat here, we have now 2 new beautiful refrigerators to help keep our food fresh, and we're super excited. So if you look at all the events we have, Tomlinson games tomorrow, we've got 6th grade camp coming up next week, school site council meeting next week. We have a staff and a volleyball game and basketball game coming up. We are excited about the reclassification student celebration happening next week. We also have our star placement test that'll be happening for language arts and math towards the last part of May. 6th grade is doing a lot of stuff along with 8th grade. 6th grade's going to Mulligan's after their camp. 8th grade's being honored with the Rawhide 8th grade dance, the end of the year 8th grade awards. They also have their 8th grade trip. They also have their 8th grade promotion. So they're going to be celebrated for like the next 3 weeks. And then also we have a Sullivan special retirement party because we have 2 of our Wildcat family members retiring from us. So we do have that celebration happening on June 7th. And then 6th grade's kicking off one last time with a Greek games on the 6th. And I will be sure to let everybody know if you want to come up and hang out with us. And that's all the things that Sullivan's doing. So thank you.
Great job.
All right, that brings us to our superintendent report.
Good evening, Board of Trustees. It is an honor to be here with you this evening, and I first just wanted to thank the person who fixed my coat for me. That was cool. But secondly, I just wanted to express how wonderful it is to look out at the audience this evening. There are familiar faces who I've known for close to a decade and have had the chance to serve with, and it's great to see them and welcome. As always, I'd like to start off the superintendent report with my picture of the month. Now, I know what you're thinking. How is it that 2 students both have broken wrists at the same time and can be so excited about it? The answer is there were no students harmed in the taking of this picture. This was actually the Student Job Shadow Day down at UCSD. In addition to seeing world-class technology, scanning systems that are truly miraculous in the medical field, students also got to create their own casts. And when asked what their favorite part was, it was creating their own casts. So there it is. Trustees, I'd like to just start with really focusing in on what is truly our goal, and that is to empower all students to achieve their maximum learning potential. We are extremely intentional on how we do this every day. The best curriculum, rigorous instruction and assessment, collaboration, safe and orderly schools, and as you see behind me today, engaged family and community. The picture on the right, it's got kind of a Sandlot vibe to it, but you're going to hear about a community project that took place that brought 600 volunteers to our campus. They were so eager to help and do good that even those who couldn't find hammers found rocks and were able to contribute. As always, when we start meetings here in Ballins Unified District, we start by recognizing the great things taking place around us. We call these shout outs, and as Principal James so articulately explained, we'd like to start with a shout out to Performing Arts and BUSD. The Sullivan Middle School Guitar and Show Choir continued their multi-decade run of just outstanding work. They were able to bring home the top honor of all the schools in Southern California. We're very proud, and a big thank you to Mrs. Pecor. Staying on the theme of performing arts in our great district, Bonzo High School Theater Troupe was able to put on what was a phenomenal production of Clue. I would like to thank all the students, both in front of the stage and behind the scenes. The set was actually going from this wall to that wall, and it was just tremendous. And a big thank you to the director, Jen Ariano, for your commitment and great work. Great job. The students may not be impressed, but the gentleman on the right, you might recognize him from Run DMC. I'm telling you, the kids were not impressed, but their parents were so happy. About 6 months ago, Bonsall Unified School District was able to bring something called the Bonsall Forward Initiative, and this was an effort to increase STEM opportunities for female students. It did pretty well. We were able to give 31 students scholarships, starting as low as 6th grade all the way up through some of our seniors. And we were actually recognized as one of the top 10 innovative programs in the nation, which is why you see 2 of our amazing students, Hannah and Catalina, pictured with, I got to say, 2 really sharp dressed men. I also want to give one more shout out. The last 2 years, the Board of Trustees have invested significantly in opportunities for students to get real-world experience through internships. Internships typically take place in 11th, 12th grade, or through college. In Bonsall, it starts in 4th grade. Last week, we were able to have our veterinary and animal science interns do an end of their 12-week internship with a showcase, and it went tremendously well. They were able to do incredible things over the course of 12 weeks, and we're grateful for the board for your continued support of these internships for our students. Another shout out. We've been making a big push to have job shadow opportunities. Job shadows are when students have the opportunity to go into the real world and spend a day really seeing firsthand what different professions in the STEM field look like. On the left, these are the students at UCSD before they put on their own casts. On the right, we're able to take our students over to Rainbow Water District. And there's probably 40 plus jobs that are all STEM related. I was thrilled the students got the opportunity, but what always makes me the proudest is when I hear from the organizations letting us know the caliber and quality of our students is something they've never seen before. Very proud of the students at Bonzo High, very grateful to the staff who organize and support this. And again, UCSD and Rainbow Water, you're very appreciated. You may know this, but in the past 2 years, we've added 3 additional CIF sports to the roster at the high school. Last year, baseball and softball kicked off. For the second straight year, our girls softball team qualified for CIF playoffs. Let's give them a round of applause. This year, we also added men's volleyball, which had a great season. Let's give them a round of applause. And we also are almost wrapped up with our track and field season. We do have one sprinter runs the 100-meter named Jeffrey, who will be in the CIF finals for the 100 in the upcoming week. Trustees, as we look at performing arts and we look at athletics, they provide really important avenues for students to be connected to things they're passionate about. When students are doing things they love, it changes outcomes for all the other things we do throughout the day. Very grateful to all the coaches, teachers, anyone who supports this work is a hero in my eyes, and I'm just very grateful for the ongoing focus on improving and increasing these opportunities. So Board of Trustees, thank you so much. We have something truly special coming up. Each month we try to have students perform, and this month we have the opportunity to see something that I am just so grateful for and proud of. At Vivian Banks Charter School, our students are able to really learn about culture, music, and language all at the same time with the help of some incredible adults who take time and just care and love deeply for our students. We've been able to bring the Cupeño language into every single classroom and ensure that students as young as 5 years old are exposed to a critical part of the culture and the language of the Palo Band of Mission Indians. So what you hear this evening is Cupeño, and with that, I'd like to turn it over for a performance.
First of all, thank you. My name is Susanna. Please welcome Sullivan Middle School, or not Sullivan, Vivian Banks children, and they came to join to do some children's songs. I go to Vivian Banks every Friday, and I go to every classroom, and my approach is teaching through music. I also bring little packets and things like that. So today what we're going to do is just kind of a small assortment of a big amount of songs that I have for these kids that they just kind of come to me. So I'll think about it, I need a song, and then all of a sudden it's there. If I don't catch it on the phone or something, it's gone. So let me grab my guitar. I do have a set list right here, so you may see me looking at it, and I might cut some of the songs off. How much time do we have?
5.
We're good?
About 5, yeah.
About 5, then I have to cut like everything. Okay, no, I've heard like 15 minutes.
How about 7? We'll meet in the middle.
Okay, so, all right, let's start with the first one, ready? Mia, Mia, hello, how are you? Mia, Mia, hello, how are you? chomp, I'm fine. Nuggety chomp, nuggety chomp, nuggety chomp, I'm fine. Mia papa cockatoo, Mia papa cockatoo, hello everyone. Mia papa cockatoo, Mia papa cockatoo, hello everyone. So that's our first. Hold applause, please, so we can get more in. Ready? Let's do another song, ready?
Just show me.
I'm singing to you. I'm singing to you. I'm singing to you. I'm singing to you. Honey, how it, come on, sing. 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 Silhouette pop, 1, 2, 3. Reach your mama, mama, 4, 5. Silhouette pop, 1, 2, 3. Reach your mama, mama, 4, 5. Whistle till it, 6. With 7. With pop, 8. With you, 9. Number 2 and 10. 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 We stole 20. 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 I stole 30. 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 Mama, how we got it, I'm singing to you. Mama, how we got it, I'm singing to you. Let's wrap it up right there because we have a lot of songs that have to cut. Kids, I can't hear you. Can you sing a little louder? Please? Okay, look. We're gonna cut the color song and then the body part song. Let's go to one of my new ones, The Moon and the Sun. You guys ready? Wait, a new one, ready? Monday, Monday, Chica, Monday, Chica, Monday, the moon, down in the sun, Lumana in the sky. Monday, the moon, down in the sun, Lumana in the sky. Monday, Monday, Chica, Monday, Chica. Okay, so let's see. Let's do Knock My Yum. Knock My Yum is a command, and it's a plural command. So if I have a group of children and I want them to listen, I say Knock My Yum. If it was one child, I say Knock My Yum, listen. I could say Me Knock My Yum, listen to me. So for this song, I just keep it to the plural command, but I can add the singular command as well, but it extends, and I'll do that in different class sections. This is another new one, ready? Knock, 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 knock my yum, knock my yum, listen you guys. Knock, 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 knock my yum, listen you guys. Booty chop, children, booty chop, knock my yum. Booty chop, children, booty chop, knock my yum. Kiki dum, mali, shmali, boys and girls. Kiki dum, mali, shmali, knock my yum, knock my yum, knock my yum, knock my yum. Listen, you guys, knock, 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 knock my yum, knock my yum. Listen, you guys. Bailey's looking looking at me, Miss Anna, you just messed that up. And I did, but they went with it. Okay, so, let me see, we're gonna skip Huatecukupil. Huatecukupil is basically saying wake up sleepyhead. Oh, okay, fine. And it's like, we get to a part where we say, God, hurry up, because mothers often were always like, wake up, hurry up, let's go, right? Okay, you guys ready for this?
Wake up, sleepyhead.
Walk the walk,
Wake up,
walk the walk,
wake up. Walk the walk, wake up.
walk the
Walk, wake up.
Cuckoo-bill,
Sleepyhead. Cuckoo-bill, sleepyhead. Cuckoo-bill, sleepyhead. Cuckoo-bill, sleepyhead.
da-da-da-ya,
Hurry up. Da-da-da-ya, hurry up. Da-da-da-ya, hurry up. Da-da-da-ya, hurry up. Cuckoo-bill. Cuckoo-bill. Wake up, sleepyhead.
Okay, you guys, we do have to cut a couple songs because they said a little bit of time. Why don't we go to our new one? This is a real hip song, you guys. It's called Nick Nawash, which means what time is it? And some of you may be familiar with Manu Chao from 2000 in English. And I love this guy. And then one day, I was like, I could probably apply this Nick Nawash what time is it to this tune. And we have. So let's see if we can do it. You guys might be familiar with this song. So it's not my song, but it's kind of great.
Need no rush, what time is it? Need no rush, what time is it? Lunch, sweetheart. Sweetheart. Need no rush, lunch. Need no rush, lunch. Kaya you chuka? I don't know. Kaya you chuka? I don't know. Need no rush, what time is it? Need no rush, what time is it? Knees square, it's 2 o'clock. Knees square. Knees paw, it's 3 o'clock. Knees paw. Alabi, alaba, alabi. Alaba, alabi, bomba. Ogadi, ogada, alabi, gada. Ogadi, ogada, alabi, gada. Need no rush, what time is it? Need no rush, what time is it?
All right, so you guys learned Mia Qual, Mia Quinette, Hello, how are you? This last song is No One. And that means goodbye.
Goodbye. What did I so long? Goodbye. What did I
and gentlemen, one more round of applause for the incredible students of Vivian Banks. Go ahead and go to the next slide. We'd actually like to take this time and ask the students to sit tight as we recognize a really important community partner, and I'd like to invite forward Heather Gawley. Dr. Heather Gawley.
Thank you so much. Good evening, board, superintendent, Mrs. McInerney, and thank you so much for that stellar performance, Vivian Banks. That was amazing. It is my absolute honor and pleasure to recognize an outstanding community partner and wonderful man, Chairman Robert Smith. I have a few things to say about him. First, Chairman Smith has been an invaluable partner and incredible supporter of the Bonsall Unified School District. I'm honored to be able to share just a little bit about him and his remarkable service. Chairman Smith has served in his position as chairman of the Paula Band of Mission Indians since 1990. Did I get that right? Okay, good. Through the years, he has made impressive contributions, including successfully negotiating the first tribal state compact in California with Governor Wilson in 1996, supervising the opening of the Paula Casino, creating countless jobs for tribal members and area residents, providing health, vision, and dental insurance for all members, creating a home loan program, launching a $300,000 scholarship fund for higher education, purchasing additional land for the tribal cemetery, and securing 24-hour on-site ambulance, firefighter, and paramedic services for the Paula Reservation. He is also, I know, right? He is also responsible for opening the Paula Library and the Paula Child Care Center. And in addition to these impressive actions, Chairman Smith has been a true supporter of education and of the students in Bonsall Unified. He and his team are actively, constantly seeking and securing grants to increase services for students. He has generously allowed our Bonsall Unified students to use the fields at the Paula Sports Complex for our practices and games, provided support for transportation, and provided significant financial contributions that have improved access and student achievement. On top of all of that, I can attest his kindness, warmth, and sense of humor are marvelous. We have something to present to Chairman Smith, and actually over there as well. A little, yes, a little something special. In addition to a beautiful certificate.
I happen to know that Chairman loves baseball and firefighting, and since I couldn't afford a fire truck, this has been signed by every baseball and softball player who you've allowed to play on the fields and be on the teams. Thank you.
We thank you for your amazing service and for your partnership with Bonsall Unified, and I am honored to know you.
Just 1 second. 1 second. Chairman Smith also told me to hold on a second. He has something else for us, though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and it's one of my favorite things.
Nice, Chairman. Nice.
Thank you so much. Incredible service. We're so grateful. Sorry, that's all right. Our next community partner recognition is a very exciting one, and I'm thrilled to have the honor of sharing our immense gratitude with North Coast Church from Fallbrook. If I can have representatives come join me. Yes, good to see you, good to see you. Okay, so anyone who has driven by or walked by Bonsall Elementary School knows that we had a wide open, fairly empty grass field for quite a long time. And due to the generous contributions of the North Coast Church community, this space has now been completely transformed. Many of you know and have witnessed over the years the impact of the incredible Serve Your City projects. Serve Your City, if you don't know, is a church-wide 3-week serving campaign focused on serving the local community through giving, serving, and loving. Every 1 to 2 years, the church has designated a weekend where in-person services are canceled, and the church leaves the building to become the hands and feet of the church in the local community. Their weekend of service evolved into Serve Your City. And this year, of the 50-plus sites in over 15 cities and 6 countries in the world, I hope I got that right, Bonsall was truly fortunate to be selected for a project. Over the weekend in April 29th through the 30th, over 600 volunteers came out to Bonsall Elementary to launch an incredible new agricultural and farming program for Bonsall Unified. They built a really impressive chicken coop, it's very fancy, built an enormous greenhouse, installed 80 garden boxes, renovated existing garden boxes, built sheds, painted pergolas to support outdoor education in BUSD and more. We are so excited that these programs will serve students across the entire district, and we are extremely grateful for the efforts, vision, and passion of Project Coordinator Kristen Lascola, Pastor, yes, Pastor J.D. Larson, Connor McFadden, Brent McFarland, and Chase Steves. We are humbled and inspired by your generosity and forever grateful for what you have done and what you continue to do for our students and for our Bonsall Unified community. Thank you so much, North Coast Church.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's amazing. Thank you, thank you. Okay. And I have another fun recognition, and this is for BUSD Students in Action, our team recognition this month. I'm excited to ask the Bonsall High School mock trial team and their advisor, Bonsall High School teacher Margaret Armijo, to come join us up at the front. Our mock trial team has represented Bonsall extremely well, and we are proud of their participation and their accomplishments. Just to give you a bit of background, each year the team gets a case packet in the early fall with all the details for a criminal case. This year's case involved a robbery and battery on a cruise ship. The students are divided into 2 teams, one for prosecution and one for defense. They work after school to memorize the facts of the case and to craft their testimony and their legal arguments. Jerica Phillips, a volunteer attorney from the city attorney's office, works closely with them on how to effectively present their case. There are 4 rounds of competition over several weeks in February, and each round is held down at the San Diego County Courthouse downtown, with an actual judge presiding over the case and 3 to 4 attorneys scoring the students and giving them feedback. Each team participates in 2 complete trials against another one of the 40 schools in San Diego County that participate in the competition, with the students taking all the roles except for judge. They act as attorneys, defendant, factual witnesses, expert witnesses, bailiff, and clerk. And the student attorneys are responsible for arguing legal precedents, questioning witnesses, making objections, doing opening, closing arguments, etc. It's a fantastic learning experience for the students who gain skills in oral presentation, analysis, critical thinking, and professionalism, as well as self-confidence. Our students who participated on this year's team are Eric Thompson, Leticia Gudiel, Thorne Perez, Jack Such, Katie Allen, Mahala Saylor, Jeffrey Lee, Matthew Such, Nani Usua, Brian Melendrez, Zahava Bodnanik, Jason Martinez, Noe Vasquez, Jolie Kennedy, Vivian Arroyo Ramirez, Sheila Folger, Julia Allen, Elena Walters, Jaylene Zolo, and Paula Santos Marquez. And our MVPs this year, they are chosen by the opposing team at the end of each round. Round 1, Jeffrey Lee. Round 2, Brian Melendrez. Round 3, Jason Martinez. And round 4, Jeffrey Lee. So we also continued our streak, capturing one of 15 to 20 individual awards given out to the approximately 800 students. Nanya Usua was named Outstanding Clerk because of her professionalism in keeping time in the competition. We are so appreciative for you being exemplary representatives of Bonsall High School. Congratulations. And Maddie Rackovan, congratulations. Congratulations to all of you.
Good evening, Board of Trustees. I'd like to bring up the Bonsall PTA. We have representatives tonight, Lisa Linder, PTA President, Crystal Gerton, Parliamentarian, and Juliet Mouchette, Treasurer, may be here, but if you would join me at the front. Oh, great, fantastic. The Bonsall Elementary School welcomed a new PTA board this year seamlessly with solid board leadership. PTA has maintained its high quality of support to the students and staff of BES. They hosted the annual Monster Mash, the annual Jogathon, which raised $55,000. It's an impressive number. The Daddy-Daughter Dance, the Mother-Son Movie Night, Muffins with Mom, Donuts with Dads, and many other events. The PTA showered the staff during Staff Appreciation Week with the theme, Our Teachers and Staff Are Sensational, with events such as breakfast, snacks, and even a personalized BES tote bag. That's fantastic. Their next upcoming project is to work in conjunction with the district to purchase a new shaded play structure for the school. I think we're going to get that done. Ms. Fortney looks forward to a continued partnership between the school and the PTA in order to best support our students. The district also appreciates your spirit of volunteerism and your commitment to students, their families, and our outstanding staff at BES. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you so much. One more round of applause, please. Now we're going to shift our attention to the Site Classified Employees of the Year. And I think we have some of them not present tonight. Anna Bautista, are you here this evening? I see no one standing. I want to read a short piece about Anna and her work as instructional assistant at Vivian Banks Charter School. Anna is deeply connected to the students and staff at Vivian Banks. She has the utmost respect for the teaching staff, families, and community of Paula as they do for her. She has been a great help in aiding student achievement and specifically supports students in their reading and writing skills. She quickly learns new material, modifies the curriculum in order to further scaffold the material to ensure all students are understanding. Her efforts have proved invaluable to the student success at Vivian Banks. Mr. Kosh mostly wanted to express that Anna demonstrates a genuine care for all students, and she is an outstanding member of the Vivian Banks family. If we can give her a round of applause. Thank you, Anna. Now we'd like to call up Laura Marks, library technician at Bonzo West Elementary School. Laura, if you would come on up. All right. Welcome, Laura. And we do have a certificate. I believe that's Laura's. Fantastic. Well, a few words about you, Miss Marks. Miss Marks is exceptional. She is very organized, punctual, and great with our students and orchestrates a beautiful library. She manages all the books and Chromebooks with ease, and we can always count on her to make sure the library is running smoothly. She has excellent communication with our staff, students, and parents, and she makes sure everyone has what they need. Mrs. Calabrese thanks you, as does BUSD, for all you do at Bonzo West. We truly appreciate all your hard work and dedication. Congratulations for your recognition. So Francisco Saucedo, he is not with us this evening. He had another commitment, but a few words about Francisco. All right, let's give it up for Francisco, custodian at Bonzo High School. He's respected and essential part of the BHS staff. He is invariably helpful, thoughtful, and effective. Mr. Saucedo is reliable and personable. He is an outstanding role model to our students and staff in regards to his work ethic, positive attitude, and attention to detail. His professionalism and ability to support daily operations when needed is something that we appreciate dearly. Bonzo USD is fortunate to have Mr. Saucedo on our team, and Dr. Ford cannot say thank you enough for all the work that he puts into his duties. Congratulations to him. We also want to recognize Lisa Wayman, paraprofessional at Bonzo Elementary School. She's celebrating her husband's birthday this evening. I've heard they had something special tonight and she couldn't make it, but sends her regrets. When you see Lisa Wayman on campus, you will always find her working with students, supporting her teachers, or preparing materials to support students. Mrs. Wayman takes initiative. When she sees the need, she acts on it. When a request is made of her, you will always hear her say, "Yes, I am happy to do that." The rapport that she has with students and staff is unmatched. Her students want to be with her. She has high expectations and she gets the most out of every child. Mrs. Fortney expressed that Mrs. Wayman is compassionate, empathetic, resourceful, and kind. She is a role model for her colleagues. Congratulations to Lisa. And now I would like to call up our BUSD Classified Employee of the Year, Liz Diaz, and her son.
And her son.
Oh my. A few words about Miss Diaz. For over 2 decades, Liz Diaz has served the students of BUSD. I'm going to wait for her. What a trooper. Outstanding. She's deserving of the award because of her dedication and passion for education. Ms. Diaz is excellent in her role as a paraprofessional. She continually shows a calm and positive attitude and adapts to her ever-shifting schedule. When there is a student need in special education, she fills it. She encourages all the students in and out of the classroom and has a genuine interest in their well-being. She keeps the special education department linked together by communicating with students and their teachers. This makes for a successful and dedicated special education team. Principal James shared that Sullivan Middle is very fortunate to have Liz Diaz as part of their Wildcat family, and BUSD is proud to name her Classified School Employee of the Year. Congratulations. Now we've got something very special. We're going to turn our attention. If we could also have the lights too. We've got a really fantastic video about Liz, so we'll turn our attention to the screen. And if someone could hit the lights, if they know where those were at. I think you have to click on the picture. Okay. Okay.
I just love being inside the classroom with the students, helping them, seeing their smiles. I'm just grateful to come to work every day, coming to help and see the students succeed and be successful.
For over 2 decades, Liz Diaz has served with students here at Boston Unified School District. She has had a direct impact on thousands of students during that time. I'm excited to celebrate her passion, her drive.
Mrs. Diaz is so deserving of this award. Paraprofessionals are key and they're essential in the classroom, providing that support for the students, especially special education students. We are so fortunate to have her at Sullivan. Liz is just truly an asset on our campus.
All students have varying needs and challenges, and Liz and I work really well together to support those students' needs, and she has such intuition on what students need.
All these students, they're differently. Some can be visual learners, some can be auditory or kinesthetic, and you just have to have patience. Sometimes when we, give them the space and when the doesn't walk away, or to the person, come on, you can't let him do it. Just positive reinforcement.
She does a really good job at easing their minds when they're stressed out or when they face a challenge. And she provides supports for them that help them to access the curriculum in a more attainable way. She knows her job so well and she cares about students.
It's that caring side of Mrs. Diaz that really shines and the students trust her. I think that level of trust and commitment really helps the students succeed and achieve their goals.
Liz Diaz is one of our many staff members who every day help create that sense of belonging. And that sense of belonging is critical for any learning that's going to take place. This incredible work does not happen without people at every step along the way doing a marvelous job at their specific roles. Starting with our bus drivers, we pick our students up first thing in the morning, drop them off, and they're greeted each and every day by our campus assistants, our help desks, our office managers. And as we make our way into the classroom, that's where we find people like Liz Diaz, paraprofessionals, making a difference for individual students each and every day.
These children are our future. Children of America, when we get older, who's going to be, being doctors reporting us, it's these children. So we have to give them knowledge, helping them be successful. My son is the one, my little rock. He's my world, everything. So I want my son to be successful too. So I want to help the other kids too.
This community has always valued and invested in great education for our students. We are reminded of that every single day as we pull up to our schools. We actually have a one-room schoolhouse that was built in 1895. It's located next to Bonzo Elementary School, and it serves as a constant reminder of the incredible tradition that this amazing community was built upon. We could not provide this great education without dedicated, talented, and passionate employees like Liz Diaz.
All right, congratulations to Liz Diaz, and thank you so much. Review those names. Thank you. All right, we're moving to our portion now, BUSD staff recognition, and we're going to be celebrating our retirees this evening. First, I'd like to bring up Annie Carney, teacher at Bonzo West Elementary School. Annie is an incredible teacher. So very dedicated, hardworking, and a loyal cult to her students, colleagues, and families. She is an expert in teaching reading and has consistently boosted her students to grade level with her hard work ethic. It is with a heavy heart that Bonzo West say farewell to Annie, who has been so dedicated for the last 15 years at Bonzo West Elementary School. Annie began her teaching career in Oxford, where she taught a first and second grade combination class, moved to San Marcos Unified School District for what turned out to be a 6-year assignment teaching second, first, and sixth grades. She then took a season off to raise her 2 amazing children. When she returned to teaching, we were so happy she landed in Bonzo Unified. She began as a substitute, then reinitiated her full-time teaching career with 3rd and 4th graders, and is now finishing where she started, right back with the 1st graders. Ms. Calabrese expressed that Bonzo West is going to miss her megawatt smile, kind heart, and giving soul. We are so very happy she will be able to spend so much time with her darling grandson, Jameson, her beautiful daughter, Marissa, son-in-law, Javier, and ever-talented Tanner. I hope we got them all there. Okay, you'll tell us later. The Bonzo West family will greatly miss you, and they wish you happy trails on your next adventure. Congratulations to you. Congratulations, Annie. Next up, we'd like to bring Terry Covarrubias, Child Nutrition Service Worker. Terry has made a significant impact on the Child Nutrition Services Department in Bonzo Unified. For the past 32 years, and that's 5,760 lunch times, she has served up nourishing meals so our students have fuel they need to help ready themselves for learning. Terry is a top shelf cook, has superior organization, and pays close attention to details. Harry S. Truman, our 33rd president, yes, there will be a point here, often used the expression, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. There is a reason that phrase is used. Not everyone can handle the pace, complexity, and the physical heat of the kitchen. Terry not only handles the heat, she flourishes in it. Kirsten Orr, our coordinator for the student nutrition program, shared that the child nutrition team will miss having Terry as a knowledgeable and encouraging teammate, and they wish her all the best in her well-earned retirement. Terry plans to enjoy more quality time with her treasured friends and to start traveling. We wish her much rest, endless happiness, and fun forevermore. Thank you, Terry, for your service to the district. Congratulations. Next, we'd like to bring up Debbie Hoffman, teacher at Bonzo Elementary School. Debbie Hoffman's 22 years at Bonzo Elementary have proven her dedication to the students and community of BUSD. Mrs. Hoffman has first and foremost focused on student academic support and achievement, as well as social development for her students. You can feel the community connection that Mrs. Hoffman creates in her own classroom. Mrs. Hoffman looks at all of Bonzo Elementary School students as her students. She creates authentic relationships with her students, parents, and colleagues, and the entire community. One example of this is after the devastating fire that spread through the community of Bonzo in 2017, Debbie co-coordinated a pancake breakfast for the first responders and volunteers who were on the front lines during the fire. Other examples amongst many is that Mrs. Hoffman has utilized her ability to relate to others and has volunteered to campaign for the building of Bonzel High School, has been a member of Bonzel's Elementary School Site Council, the liaison between CSU-SM's Cooperating Teacher Program and the district, and has served on multiple interview panels. Mrs. Hoffman, you are irreplaceable. Mrs. Fortney, as well as the district, thank you for your devotion to the entire Bonzel Elementary School community. Congratulations and enjoy your retirement. Congratulations. Well done. Next, we'd like to call up Debbie Wilson, teacher at Bonzel Elementary School. Debbie has devoted the last 21 years to the students of BUSD. Mrs. Wilson began teaching for BUSD in August of 2002. She started her career at Vivian Banks Charter School and later joined the Bonzel Elementary School team. She has left a lasting impression on hundreds of students over the years. Mrs. Wilson is a team player, easy to work with, and always has a smile on her face. She comes to work excited to see her students, is always positive, and has loved every student who walked through her classroom door. One way Mrs. Wilson stands out as a teacher is not only does she ensure that students are learning, she wants them to love learning and does her best to make things fun while they learn. She has contributed to our entire learning community as a grade level representative, has tutored students after hours, and is always the first to volunteer to teach summer school. Principal Fortney expressed that you have been a treasured member of Bonzel Elementary School for a long time. We know your journey doesn't end here, and we all wish you the best as you start the next chapter of your life. Congratulations and thank you. Thank you. And last, we'd like to bring up Cheryl Vivers. Cheryl, if you would come up. Paraprofessional at Sullivan Middle School. Mrs. Vivers, with over 30 years in Bonzel Unified, has made such a tremendous impact on our school community by fostering a positive and inclusive learning environment in and outside of the classroom. Cheryl started out as a bus driver and quickly realized she wanted to help out students in the classroom with her first classroom position at Bonzel Elementary School. Thank you, Mrs. Vivers, for your patience, care, and adaptability, which has fostered the deep understanding you have of each student's unique needs and your ability to go above and beyond to provide the necessary support to help our Wildcats thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. You have shown an exceptional ability to tailor your assistance to meet the diverse learning styles and individual needs of the students you work with. Whether it's assisting with classwork, providing one-on-one assistance, or implementing effective behavioral strategies, you consistently find innovative ways to support students and ensure their success. The students know you care, and it shows in the relationship you have built with them. Thank you once again for your dedication, passion, and professionalism. Your contributions make meaningful difference in the lives of students and the staff you support. On behalf of the entire staff at Sullivan Middle, Mrs. James wants to express her deepest gratitude for your exceptional work as a paraprofessional. Your unwavering commitment to the success and well-being of our Wildcats is truly remarkable, and you become an invaluable member of our family at Sullivan. We will miss you, and we wish you well in your retirement. Congratulations. And how about one more round of applause for all our retirees?
Let's stand up.
Thank you, Board of Trustees. To those who are here, in just a moment, we're going to take a tactical pause for some refreshments. Before I end my remarks, thank you for your patience. I know that was a little long, but boy, what amazing educators and professionals we are honored to work with. I'd like to just say one more thank you to the district leadership for all they do each and every day. I am truly inspired by each of their commitment and dedication. And that concludes the superintendent's report.
All right, that brings us to board reports.
Are we going to do that after?
Board reports first.
We'll do the board reports. Maybe.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
Well, why don't we go take the break now?
Yeah, why don't we take a break now?
We're going to take a break. We're going to take a 15-minute break.
Whoa.
There it is.
Wow. Well, you just, 15-minute break. No, wait, we need 7 minutes. So, Hey, is it my turn to read my thing yet?
Yeah, almost.
So I think we had it on before.
All right.
We're back. Now that I've eaten a lot of cookies, we're going to get back and we're going to do a quick roll call.
Leticia Goodell here.
Eric Ortega here.
Roger Murchat here.
Michael Gaddis here. So now we're going to go and proceed with board reports. So Leticia.
Okay. Hello. I hope that everyone's still happy and healthy. So some things that have been going on in the past. We just had prom. Now, usually that's something that seniors traditionally plan. However, this year, junior class council was tasked with that. And that was kind of thrown onto them at the beginning of the year. So though they were all here at one point, now they're not. But two people are still here, Mahala and Jeffrey. So a little appreciation to them. And then Thorne and Maddie also greatly contributed. So it was something they didn't plan on taking on. However, I personally think that they handled it really well and prom was an overall success. Additionally, I wanted to thank Miss Erin for her little BHS prom pop-up shop. I thought that whole idea was really cute and I thought that it was really considerate. And we still have here with us Miss Ariano to play. I know that I can see behind the scenes it's a lot of work. I'm not even in the class, but I see you guys running around all the time, props, and I just want to say that it's my last report, so there's going to be a lot of gratitude in this one. I'll try and speed it up for you guys, but I just want to say I see your work and it is greatly appreciated, and I'm not even in that class, so I just know that those kids are beyond grateful. AP tests. They're done. That's all I want to say about them. Coming up is the Club Festival and Art Show. It is Thursday, May 25th from 5 to 7. So come on out and support. Additionally, graduation's coming up. So with that, we have grad night at Universal Studios. So thank you to Miss Heffernan for agreeing to chaperone last minute, because I don't know many teachers who would want to give up their Friday afternoon and Saturday mornings to that. And additionally, a big thank you to Miss Healy. She acted as our senior class council advisor this year, and it's something that she wasn't really familiar with, so she was able to learn with us, and I feel like that's something that's greatly appreciated, but a lot of people don't necessarily see that behind the work process. Additionally, there is a pep rally on June 2nd, senior sunset on June 2nd, getting our cap and gowns, and of course, graduation. And again, I just want to say thank you to all the teachers like Mr. Hinchliff, Ms. Armijo, Mr. Rodarte, who have clubs, like 2 or 3 clubs. Being a smaller school, all these teachers are able to and are willing to put in more of their personal time just to make sure that kids have a variety of different opportunities. And I'm missing so many teachers that deserve much more recognition than they are getting. But additionally, it's more than that. There's also staff like Miss Carmen welcoming me when I'm coming to school. Even if I'm a few minutes late, she's still happy to see me. And that's something that's really nice to show up to in the morning. And I feel like it's just a lot more than that people overlook, such as the lovely lunch ladies that are in there every single day. And I've never heard any of these people complain once. Additionally, our amazing custodians and everyone really contributes to that. And if high school has taught me anything, it's that you have something to learn from anyone and everyone. And with that, I wanted to say thank you to everyone present in this room, even some that aren't in here currently. But it has been an honor and a great opportunity. I've learned so much from all of you. And with that, I hope that everyone continues to be happy and healthy. Thank you.
Oh, man, hard to follow that superintendent's report there and Leticia's report here. But there's a couple of things that I felt I was obligated to point out. I know with so many people got awards. I want to, say congratulations to all of them. And, it just means that there's a whole lot of people that are that didn't get the award that are also doing great jobs out there. And I just want to make sure that we recognize everybody on our staff and that's doing all these great things. Jen pointed out about teachers that go above and beyond. And a lot of times it's, what do they say about a hero? It's like a hero is a person who actually has to have an opportunity to become a hero and stuff. And, otherwise they're doing their thing. They do what they're supposed to be doing. And they don't, without that opportunity, they're never really considered a hero, but they're doing great things. And I remember I brought that up because the Companion language program they have there at Vivian Banks. One time we were doing a walkthrough at Vivian Banks, and Miss Anna wasn't able to be there. So the teacher actually came out and stood in for her and conducted the kids while they did the songs and everything. And they still did a great job. So, and I know she didn't plan her day that she was going to be teaching the Companion language class or presenting the Companion language class to people that were coming by. And I thought that was pretty incredible. She ended up being actually our teacher of the year from Vivian Banks. So it was kind of written down that that's what's going to happen because she is doing a great job and she's up to every challenge. And I thought that was pretty cool that she did that. And that just went along with what Jen said about all the teachers really doing everything they can to go above and beyond. And I also wanted to point out on Coupa Days that we had out there in Paula. I was, MC again, which I've been for the last 13 years over at Coupa Days, 2-day event. And the BUSD managed to have a booth there where they had representatives come out. And I've seen so many teachers come out there and interact with our people in the community and our students there. And students were going up to the teachers and saying, "What are you doing here?" And I thought that was pretty cool. There's a lot of opportunities out there. And I got to see all of our, and it was funny too, all of our teachers of the year were there, or most of our teachers of the year were there. It was actually really cool. So I applaud BUSD for setting that up. And all the teachers that did help come out. I saw all of you out there. And I did want to say thank you for all that too. Again, congratulations to the music program. I didn't get to go up there because I was emceeing Coupa Days that day, but my wife and my grandson went up there to Universal Studios, and I just can't imagine what the school would be like without Mrs. McCord providing all those opportunities for our students. They've been students throughout the years have been to all kinds of different areas and have represented Bonsall Unified School District in so many different places and with such great success over the years. So I did want to point that out. And the music program, there was a time when that music program was actually cutting out. And I wanted to mention Bonsall Education Foundation again for being supportive and making sure that we continue to have a music program, arts programs and stuff. And after, things started settling down, it became understanding that it was going to be a part of our program no matter what happened. I know you said congratulations to Mahala over there. Yeah. Well, she was also, probably many of you may not know that I'm also president of the Palma Valley Lions Club, and we have a speech contest. And Mahala was one of our contestants that went on to the regional area. She won 3 contests before she came to the end of her thing. But she said she's going to be there again next year, so we're looking forward to that. But she's an incredible student, incredible speaker, and again, we had several students from Bonsall participate, and a lot of them are incredible students. Thank you to Mr. Hinchcliffe for providing that program. And last but not least, if I missed anybody, I apologize, but I did want to mention this one too. Congratulations to Leticia for doing everything she's doing and being a great partner here for the last year, and always commenting that my shirt looks nice today. So that makes me feel good about how I come in. So again, I want to thank you for your help and support and for your representation of Mount Unified School District students as well. And that's all I have. Now I'm gonna eat a cookie while the next person goes.
I would like to thank all of our employees for the great job they're doing. The direction of the district is fantastic. The energy, the dedication, and it just shows that all our employees care, and that at the end of the day is one of the most important things. I'd like to thank the PALA for their generous gift that seems to be ongoing, and North Coast Church, we got a little tour of what they were able to accomplish, and I'm not even sure how you coordinate 600 people. I'm not sure how you do that. That's incredible, and some of the learning opportunities that are going to be there are just wonderful. And as I read the reports, I love the reports and all the different forward-thinking things that we are working on. And I think that's wonderful. Also, I'd like to thank Dawn because she spells out all the abbreviations for me. She does a great job. She puts the initials and then tells me what it is, so I don't have to go look it up on the internet and make notes. And so that's fantastic. And I also like to thank Mr. Clevenger for coming out a few times already. This time to come out in the community and talk to community members about what we're doing at the school district, and it's being well received. So I'm really thankful for that. So at this point, I'd like to turn this over to our El Presidente.
Well, you know, when the meeting got started, I started taking all these little notes on all the things I wanted to talk about, and because every time I get excited, I scribble a note, and then I started realizing my paper was getting filled with so much stuff because it was such a great meeting. You know, there were so many good things to talk about, and there's some highlights. You know, number one, Chairman Smith, I was really impressed with that list that you read. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of accomplishments in that amount of time, and he's responsible for a lot of good things. So I'm glad we gave him that baseball bat. And North Coast Church, that is, as Roger said, that is really impressive to be able to get all that stuff done. And what was it? 1 day? You said 2 days. 2 days. That's incredible. I know it takes me forever to do one little thing. I can't imagine. That's just insane. And then the language I thought was really, the songs were really, really good. And she should make a CD. I'll tell you what, with those kids, they should go to the studio and they should make a little CD because they're very catchy songs. And I think that would be a really great thing. The other thing I thought was really neat was the job shadow. You know, I thought the job shadow was a real, because you know why? Because when you're a kid and you're in class, a lot of times you don't know what careers are. You have ideas of what they are, but you don't actually see them in action. So a lot of times people don't even know what's out there in the world. So to allow kids to job shadow and actually see jobs in action, I think is fantastic because it gives them a way to look into the future. Is this something I would like, or, you know, is it not something I would like? But whatever it is, I think it's a great experience because when I was young, I didn't know anything about anything. Even when I was a senior, I didn't know anything. I'd never seen any jobs. I've heard of them, but I've never seen them in action. So I think that's really, really fascinating. And then the performing arts, I thought was really, you know, the success of the music program was just really, really impressive. I mean, and, you know, the other thing is the mock trial team. And I know Leticia is part of that. That is a skill set that you'll carry with you the rest of your life to be able to talk like that and to speak, you know, in those types of situations. So I think it's great that we do that every year. And I'm really happy with the success that we've had on that. And then, of course, the performing arts with the play Clue, which I did not get to see, which I'm really, really upset about. But, I think what happens is a lot of times people understate the value of the performing arts. And I think people put a lot more into STEM, which don't get me wrong, STEM is extremely important. But our brains are not usually just one-dimensional. Our brains have creativity and expression. And I think that's what the performing arts allows us to tap into. So I'm really glad that it's embraced so much at Bonsall. And so it makes me happy to see that. The other thing I want to say is when it comes to all the awards that we have and, all the retirees and, I've said this many, many times, when it comes down to teaching our teachers and staff, you guys really, really make a difference into people. I mean, they really do. I'm living proof of that, right? One single teacher may change the course of my life, and a custodian and a bus driver literally helped me as well. Go through some very difficult times in my life, and I carried them with me all the time. And it's been years removed. I won't tell you how many years, but it's been a lot of years since then, and I still carry them in my heart. So when I just want to thank all of you and just let everyone know, that there are children that are going to carry you in their hearts for the rest of their lives. There's someone that's going to be there that's going to remember them, and it's going to, when 30 years from now, they're going to tell stories about them and how they said something to them or did something for them that just made a difference. And you might not never ever know that you made that big of a difference, but you do. And I think that's what's great about the profession that you guys have chosen, because you do make an impact. You do make a difference. And I'm very proud when I sat here and I saw the retirees and I was sad on some parts because to see them go, but I was also very proud that we were lucky enough to have them for as long as we did. So, and I know that they have a legacy out there, right? And so they're going to be remembered for a very, very long time. Lastly, I want to acknowledge Leticia. You have been an exceptional board member here, and you're very well spoken, and I think you have done a very thorough job on giving your reports, and I've enjoyed listening to them. I'm very sad that this is your last meeting, but I do wish you a lot of luck in the future, and I hope that and I think you have a very, very bright future ahead of you. So, but I would like to present you with this certificate to say thank you for your time. And that's the end of our board reports. So, next is consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. That's unanimous. Okay, and that brings us to action items. So, number 1 and number 2 on the action item, I have a little pre-prepared little statement I'd like to read for those two. It says, for all the good and wonderful contribution of BUSD certificated and classified staff, the board would like to pass 2 resolutions which recognize BUSD employees' impeccable service to the students and families of the Bonsall Unified School District. In so doing, we affirm the events and celebrations which occurred during Teacher Appreciation Week earlier this month, which fittingly honored our teachers. And we look forward to Classified Employee Appreciation Week, which begins May 22nd, and see this as an opportunity to recognize the significant and meaningful work that they do day in and day out. So with that being said, action item number 1, adoption of BUSD resolution number 23-05-04, recognizing Teacher Appreciation Week. The superintendent, I'm sorry, that's all I can say.
You don't have to go anymore. Motion to approve.
Yeah. All right, motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. That's unanimous. And action item number 2, adoption of BUSD resolution number 23-05-03, recognizing Classified School Employees Week. A motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Action item number 3, presentation and approval of the adoption and purchase of the History Social Studies curriculum for BUSD grades K through 5.
Motion to approve.
And I think we have a presentation.
Oh, I read through it.
Thank you. Thank you for reading through that. I am going to present just a little bit about this. This is our elementary school social studies adoption. As Superintendent Clevenger mentioned before, one of the essential components of our vision is that we provide our teachers with comprehensive curriculum, and we're really excited to have finally piloted and that should say social science pilot, and are ready to adopt a new curriculum. This just shows the timeline for what we did with elementary, starting with teachers indicating interest in participating in the pilot. They went down to San Diego, checked out the curriculum center, and decided on 2 approved programs to pilot. The first round of the pilot was McGraw-Hill Impact. The second round of the pilot was Savas My World Interactive Social Studies. They piloted both, evaluated both programs, voted on their selection, presented it to Ed Services. The curriculum has been available for digital and in-person review for the last month, and now I'm presenting their selection to you for your approval. This details the evaluation and adoption process. You probably remember this from when we did science piloting last year. It's the same process that we followed for our pilot for our history social studies curriculum. And it just gives a quick synopsis of the new history social science framework. We say new, it was actually adopted in 2016, but just some of the highlights that you might note are that the emphasis really is on expanded content, on inquiry and disciplinary skills, literacy and language development, and on citizenship. And both of the curriculum programs that we piloted are aligned to the history social science framework for California. Of the 2 programs, Impact was first and then Savas My World Interactive. The pilot team for K-5 selected My World Interactive. 100% of the teachers on the pilot team made this selection. They rated it with very high marks on an evaluation rubric. And if you are curious, it's on our website right now, but you could also click on the presentation. There's a digital preview. You don't have to do that right now, but if you are interested in perusing that a little bit more, you can get a sense of what the curriculum is going to look like for our K through 5 social studies program. And some highlights of that. It really is designed to make sure students read, write, and explore every day. With this program, students will read and write during every lesson, practice active reading, build their academic vocabulary, write for an audience, and carry the social studies across disciplines. It does provide a lot of flexible resources that will help our teachers as they need to differentiate instruction, manage instruction. There's a lot of assessments that they can customize, rearrange, etc. There's lots of access for them. This is a list of some of the pilot teacher statements. I'm always most interested in what our teachers are saying after they pilot, especially when they provide their rationale for why they selected this particular program. They said the embedded documents were grade appropriate and engaged students. There were primary sources embedded in the instruction. The curriculum made it possible to hit the standards in the finite time we have for social studies in elementary school. The students were more engaged because there was more to do. It was easy to follow. They had an area in each section to write about the topic. One teacher said the students were able to understand and engage with images and text. There were lesson checks, reading checks, chapter assessments. They loved the short review quizzes online. And each lesson has a reading check writing that checks for understanding. Lots of opportunities for students to write and discuss. So again, My World Interactive Social Studies for K-5 was the selection for our elementary history social studies pilot team. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I believe the previous program actually still voiced concerns about Y2K having a problem, so.
It was
it's
really
good to
old.
Upgrade.
Yes, it was quite outdated, and we've been waiting for this pilot for a while, and I think the teachers are going to be pretty excited to receive comprehensive updated curriculum for our elementary students. Okay, and then I have one more. I'm going to move through this at the same time because there are lots of similarities.
If we get an action item first.
Sure. Yes.
Okay, we had a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and that brings us to action item number 4, presentation and approval of the adoption and purchase of the History Social Studies curriculum for BUSD grades 6 through 8.
Excellent. So we followed the same process for our social studies pilot at the middle school, so I don't need to repeat all of that. I will note, however, that the 2 programs they selected were different. The National Geographic Learning Cengage was their first pilot, and McGraw-Hill Impact was their second pilot. They had the same process where they piloted both programs, evaluated them both, voted on their selection, and then presented it to Ed Services. And the curriculum has been available for digital and in-person review, and I'm now presenting their selection to you. Same process that we followed for all of our pilot so far, and same history social science framework that I reviewed. Once again, expanded content, inquiry, literacy, and citizenship are important elements of the newer history social science standards and framework. The two programs, the 6 through 8 pilot team selected McGraw-Hill Impact for 6 through 8. And remember, in grades 6 through 8, the teachers have the students for social studies for a whole period in the day, and this they felt was a better selection for their needs in grades 6 through 8. 100% of the teachers on the pilot team selected McGraw-Hill Impact and rated it with the highest marks on the evaluation rubric. There are also, in the slide deck and online, we have had the digital online preview available. You can get a sense for some of the structure of the lessons and the units. You can see that it's very inquiry-based and emphasizes all of the elements of the framework that are necessary. And in the digital preview, McGraw-Hill has stated that it's really built to prepare students to be citizens of the world. It was created to meet the vision of the new framework. It is designed to spark inquiry, promote critical thinking, provide meaningful access through lots of literacy support, which we appreciate, and assesses individual and class-wide learning needs. And those are some of the highlights from the publisher. From our teachers, they appreciated that primary sources are embedded in the textbook in each chapter, as well as in the workbook. They found the curriculum to be rich with primary sources of varying length. The materials were user-friendly, well-organized, and allow teacher freedom to choose a pathway, project-based, direct instruction, etc. They found the format to be easy to use and very adaptable, and the fonts were visually appealing. There was a nice balance between charts, graphs, maps, and pictures. All of them were relevant to the content, and there were lots of resources, digital, kit, and print resources. And we believe when we provide a new curriculum to the teachers that we provide all of the resources they could possibly need and the professional development they will require in order to implement that curriculum. Okay, any questions for that selection?
I already used my joke, so.
It's still relevant.
It was still good. Okay, a motion approved?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So unanimous.
Thank you.
Number 5, action item number 5, approval of Bonsall High School course descriptions for 2023-2024. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Action item number 6.
Don't get crazy over there.
Approval to enter into a public works construction services contract with Alvan Construction, Inc. for the Sullivan Middle School, Bonsall High School security fencing project.
Just a quick question, Laura. We're going with galvanized, right? We're taking the alternate of galvanized. I think that's what you said. I was just curious how much more the paint, the vinyl fence was. In the fence, there was alternates for galvanized, so which appeared that that's what we're taking is the galvanized.
Yes, I don't have
Yeah, I'd like to curious what the difference in price. Okay, 20, okay.
The next highest bidder, with their alternate to bring down a lower, so we took the lowest.
Right, okay. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So it passes unanimously. Number 7, approval of resolution number 23-05-01, resolution of the Board of Trustees of the Bonzo Unified School District approving an addendum to the previously certified Meadowwood Project Environmental Impact Report, State Clearinghouse number 20040511028, for the approval of the acquisition of real property and the development and operation of a new school in the Meadowwood specific plan.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So it passes unanimously. Action item number 8, approval of legal services agreement with Jones Hall, a professional law corporation for bond counsel and disclosure counsel services.
I had a question. There's like, it says there's one fee is 45. Now, are you giving a presentation or?
Was not intended to give presentations.
No, okay,
but-
just, there was a question of, it says 45,000 for one item and then 30,000, and it said based on a series. How many series do we expect to have?
So between 3 and 4,
3 and
and
4?
this would be paid for from the bond proceeds.
Okay, and so when you say 3 or 4, in other words, they will have like 10 bonds within that, in other words, with different maturity dates? Is that the whole series that you're talking, when you say series?
No, so you have a bond program, a maximum authorized amount. And within that, we'd likely sell bonds anywhere from 3 to 5 times. Each time we sell bonds, that's considered a series of bonds. And then within a series, you likely have 30 maturities, years
Right.
1 through 30.
Gotcha, okay. All right, and that's just so that we have the spacing out of when we get the money, so that we don't have all the money at one time and we can't spend it.
That's one reason. But part of that reason is the IRS says as a tax exempt entity, you can issue tax exempt bonds, but you need to spend the money within 3 years. They don't want you to basically, the way they view it is if an investor bought your bonds and got that tax exempt benefit, if you didn't have the ability to sell those, they might invest in Home Depot bonds. If they bought Home Depot bonds, they'd have to pay taxes on that interest. So they don't want you issuing bonds and then just sitting on it. And so they say you'd reasonably expect to spend 85% of the proceeds within 3 years. Second thing is when we sell these bonds, we're doing projections. We're projecting assessed value growth. And if we try to do that all at once on the first series and we're wrong, the tax rate could be wrong for the entire term of those bonds. If we're doing it in phases, we get ability to recalibrate. So for example, if I say your next bond sells 10 million and I assumed a 4% growth factor and it declines, we would then come back and adjust that next series to 8 million instead of 10 million to make sure we've captured the change in our assumptions.
Okay, all right. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously. Number 9, action item number 9, approval to amend a professional services agreement between Bonzel Unified School District and EH&A Management for facility support services.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Action item number 10, approval to enter into a professional services agreement with True North Research for public opinion research services.
This has to do with the bond too?
Yes. Yeah, motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. And
Passes.
none of these are just, like we were talking about earlier, we're getting this all in order, but we're not actually starting a contract with them right now. We want to be prepared to do it.
So the number 10 there, that is a survey consultant, and they are they're temporarily involved with you. We want an independent firm. For example, I'm vested in your outcome. Whoever interviewed us during this whole process figured out I'm pretty vested in this district, and so you don't want me going out and doing a survey because I would be biased or could be biased. A survey consultant is supposed to, on a statistical basis, give you a go, no-go decision. And if it's a go, give you a path forward with the research that they've gathered. That one would likely begin very soon and then be done. The other consultants, yes, as they're needed, would be available to you.
Now, on those questions that we would have from this firm, do they have their set questions? Do they have their set questions, or do we look at those questions prior?
So there's the integrity of the survey that's important. And so they're going to want to maintain that.
Okay.
But there is some customization on the way by like what you're going to build or what you might build. And so it starts off with an initial ballot test. So the respondent knows nothing about why they got the call or the email or the text, depending on the format. And we get an initial baseline for how your community feels. Then they go through and they test they want to rank priorities within the community. And so you'll find out how important school facilities are, how important roads are, how important no tax increases are. And you can weigh all those things within your community. Then they come back in and do another ballot test. And they've also talked about money, what it might cost. Come in and do a ballot test and see how things have changed. Then they also test some negative arguments and see how those impact things. And they can monitor that over those 3 tests and determine or give you some recommendations on the path forward after doing that.
So you were saying though that they might say, hey, you're based on the feedback we're getting, you really shouldn't go forward, or
that's their job. Their job is to, if it's a no-go, they are supposed to tell us, if you go, be very careful, but you're more likely not to pass.
And in your, how accurate are they on these?
So if you took the survey the day of voting, they'd be really accurate, right?
Right.
But there's a time, you need some good data now, and there's a long timeline between you to actually put it in a ballot. I think other than March of 20, they're pretty accurate. March of 20, a lot of the surveys were done at the beginning of the summer. And then you had COVID, you had the stock market decrease by 13%. You had a Prop 13 on the ballot that was very confusing. And all those things led to what typically is a 70 to 80% passage rate, depending on the election, down to, in the 30s. So other than that one time, these consultants are pretty accurate.
Okay. All right. Thank you. We've already approved that.
Which one, 10?
Yeah. Didn't we do that?
Yes.
Yeah, we did that.
Yes, we did.
All right.
We were just getting all that.
Now we're on 11.
Okay, now we're on 11.
Yeah.
Okay, action item 11, approval to enter into a professional services agreement with Team CivX LLC for strategic communication consultant services.
This is the one that's like $6,500 a month that we wouldn't be entering into until we're ready for that type of, considering what the survey comes out to be.
Yeah, and this is a, so I'm not sure that all board members have heard that. I think I said that during the ad hoc committee, or to look at financial advisors, is my advice to you, well, first of all, that consultant would want to be hired day one, right? Just like any of us would. But generally the survey consultant knows the things that they look for in a survey. And I work with them a lot too. So I have some pretty good ideas as well. And then if we do a survey and then it goes out in the field, especially with a district your size, it's going to be in the field for 2 or 3 weeks. If we don't know what to communicate, that communication consultant can't do too much in that period of time. And so they would you'd be paying your monthly fee and they would not really have much to communicate about.
Right.
And then you get the survey results back, staff typically reviews them, and then they'd present them for the board. And then you have another typically 2-week period where not much to do. So what we've advised is get the survey done, and then if it's a go, then engage that consultant afterwards, and you would save about $13,000 in that environment.
All right. Okay. Motion to approve.
And that's what we're doing here, right? On this one, we're not hiring them right away.
We're not hiring, yeah, correctly.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Pass unanimously. Action item number 12, ratification of an agreement with Debt Book for debt and lease management software.
Well, it's required, right? That's what it, now, are you aware of any other school districts that are using this one to make sure that they're doing, that it's working well? And
Until there's yes, some districts that are using it. Not all the
Okay, without,
Some other organizations, because it's not only for school districts, also for board and agencies like cities, they're using that as well.
okay. All right. Motion to approve.
All right, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Action item number 13, approval of 2023-2024 school and staff calendar revision.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Number 14, approval of the adoption and purchase of the science curriculum for BUSD grades 9 through 12.
Is this a new curriculum as well? Or updated
Yes.
curriculum?
Yes, this is, the science teachers at the high school have piloted last year. They didn't like any of the programs. They piloted again this year. We don't have the same ed code or responsibilities for piloting at the high school level, but they still followed that same process and decided after their pilots that after looking at this point, probably 6 different curricula, they would like to go with STEM Scopes, which is the same curriculum that I presented last year for 6th through 8th grade. So we will now have the same science curriculum from 6th through 12th grade. So it's STEM Scopes, which you've seen, and they were very happy with that, 100% also in agreement that that would be the best selection for the high school.
Motion to approve.
All right, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Number 15, approval of agreement for participation in the San Diego County Career Technical Education Program for school year 2022 to 2023.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Number 16, ratification of independent contractor agreement between San Diego Lab Rats and Bonsall Unified School District.
You have that one actually makes you read it. You have to read
Yeah, you had to check that one out.
Yeah, you're like, what the heck is going on here? Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Number 17, approval of outdoor education contract with SDCOE for school year 23 through 24.
These are some great, looks like some great programs that they've got. So motion to approve.
And they don't have to use all of these, right? They pick which ones they want to use?
Correct.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So passes unanimously. Number 18, approval of agreement with San Diego County of Education for participation in services for outdoor education program school year 2023 to 24.
Motion to approve.
Second. This is something we use every year, right? And I don't remember ever approving it. in the
Sixth grade,
past.
sixth grade camp, and it's typically an annual approval. That's correct.
All right.
Did you second?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously. Number 19, approval of MOU with CSEA for animal science and agricultural enrichment program worker position.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Number 20, approval of MOU with CSEA regarding classified evaluation documents.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Number 21, approval of MOU with CSEA for occupational therapist revised salary schedule.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Number 22, approval of MOU with CSEA for secondary attendance athletics activities clerk position.
Motion to approve.
This is a new position that's going to help us out.
That's correct. Mr. Williams, you want to speak to this one?
So what we've done at the high school is we're making the attendance about probably 60 to 70% of the position, being that it has about 300 students, but we also wanted to bolster our support staff for athletics and activities. We will have a new ASB director and we're adding athletic programs. So it's a combination position that we think is going to really help support the high school.
Okay. I just noticed that the previous occupational therapist revised schedule had like a $30,000 a year salary, and this one has a $45,000 a year salary. So I was wondering, are they doing more than just athletics, or is it just that's?
Did you say occupational therapist? Excuse me.
Yeah, I believe on the previous number 21.
So-
That was a revised salary, so that was a change in the salary? That was maybe.
So in February, we created an occupational therapist position that we hadn't had, and it's really been our effort to not contract out work. So that's a classified position. What we noticed though, as we flew that position, it was difficult to attract folks to come in. So what we did is there was a step 6. We moved that step 6 we pushed that up to be a step 1 on that occupational therapist schedule. So they are kind of 2 different classifications. One's an OT that works with special ed department. The other is clerical staff at the high school. I don't know if I answered your
I
question.
think what he's saying is what's the difference in price? I think he's saying the occupational therapist, he was thinking would be higher salary
Would be
than.
higher than-
It is.
It is.
It's
correct.
about close to 10,000. Yes, it is.
So that-
Significantly higher. It
Okay.
does require a degree in specialized training.
So I guess when we approved that earlier, it was the increase that we.
That is the increase you're looking at.
Okay, I just look at it right now and I'm like, why is that so much higher?
Mhm.
Okay, I got it. No.
Okay, thank you.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It passes unanimously. Number 23, approval of MOU with CSEA to revise classified job description.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously. Approval of, number 24, approval of side letter with Bonsall Teachers Association for TOSA and COSA positions.
So this is for, they may be doing stuff outside the normal workday, pretty much. That.
Permission to step forward and share.
Absolutely.
So both of these further define what a TOSA is and a COSA is, in that both of those positions, you're right, Roger, both of those positions, we're placing more flexibility because there may be things that do go outside the normal working hours. And there may be some movement that we're going to need people to have to where they wouldn't be at the site. So it just puts some language together that we work with BTA on, just to give more clarity to those roles.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously. Number 25, approval of MOU with Bonsall Teachers Association, early release / PD Friday.
Motion to approve.
And this is an annual thing we have to be doing every year?
They just changed.
Correct.
Because it was the
This
same
is,
last
yeah,
year.
so this is the same as last year, but it's important that we come back annually, make sure that we're on the same page and firing all cylinders.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Number 26, approval of MOU with Bonsall Teachers Association for combination class stipend.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Number 27, approval of MOU between BUSD and Grand Canyon University.
I'm just curious, how did this come about? I think it's wonderful. They get scholarship money and maximum price of $13,000 a year or so.
So we had a representative come out from Grand Canyon University, and he had a really hard, it was difficult to say no to. They do want to build a partnership. There has been a trend of students from Southern California going to Grand Canyon University. It's kind of a public school price at a private school, and they've done some things, I think, at the university that's attracted a lot of students. They also want to do some things with advertising our positions that are hard to fill in Arizona, because we do have students that leave our state, go there for schooling, and then come back to Southern California. So we're hopeful that we can connect in areas like our educational specialists and bring people back when they come back to San Diego County in Southern California, that we would be known out there at the university. So I think for them, it's really a way to get connected to our district. And so we hope to build more of these partnerships with other universities. They've already come in and really did a nice job with celebrating our teachers and our classified staff during the Appreciation Month. So we continue to look forward to them sponsoring events for us too.
Fantastic. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously. Number 28, approval of NCCSE intra-SELPA tuition calculation.
Motion to approve.
Yeah, I like that one.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Number 29, approval of the addendum A, client assignment confirmation with ProCare Therapy.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Number 30, approval of independent contractor agreement between New Bridge School and Bonzel Unified School District.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Number 31, adoption of resolution number 23-05-02 regarding Pathways Academy Charter School Fund 6200.
Motion to approve. Get some money.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I know I had to look at that twice. To the general fund? Wait
Yeah.
a minute, what?
Number 32, approval of revisions to board policies 6146 dot 11, 6163.1, and 1312.2.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It passes unanimously. And number 33, approval of revisions to board policy and administrative regulation 3350 travel expenses.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and it passes unanimously. Now we come to public comment, and I'll pass it over to our acting clerk, Roger. You thought you didn't think you had to get off? I know.
The Bonzel Unified School District Board of Trustees welcomes participation at the district school board meetings. If you wish to address an item on the agenda, you must complete this form and deliver it to the executive assistant prior to the board considering the item. If you wish to address the board considering matters within the board's subject matter jurisdiction that are not on the agenda, you must complete this form and deliver it to the executive assistants prior to the public comment section of the agenda. Individual speakers shall be allowed 3 minutes to address the board on each agenda or non-agenda item. The board shall limit the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. With board consent, the president may increase or decrease the time allowed for public presentation depending on the topic and the number of persons wishing to be heard. The president may take a poll of speakers for or against a particular issue and may ask that the additional speakers speak only if they have something new to add. It is requested that speakers address the board from the podium when addressing the board. All right, Jen.
All right, I just wanted to say one thing. It's very brief. I am so grateful. I'm speaking now as a resident and a mother of a student. I am so grateful for this board and for our superintendent and our directors that this is sane, okay? You guys, we're all working together for the same cause. We have a civil discourse here, and I want to do everything I can to continue this. You know, we might not always agree, but we're not some other places that have made the news. Do you know what I mean? So, and I just wanted to say thank you guys. And thank you, Letitia, as well. You've been wonderful. That's it.
Well, thank you.
Thank
I
you.
don't know what I'm supposed to.
Well, that's a wonderful way to end the meeting, isn't it?
Yes.
No, Commander, but that's
That's right. That's right. So number 11, planning, future meetings. The next regular meeting of the Bonzel Unified School District. Oh, what happened? Just give me the date. Oh, okay. The next regular meeting of the Bonzel Unified School District Governing Board of Trustees is scheduled for Wednesday, June 21st, 2023, in person at the Bonzel Community Center, unless otherwise specifically noticed. A closed session will start at 4:30 p.m., open session at 6 p.m., and I'm sure Larissa will be back at that time, and you won't have to hear me fumble this around anymore. So with that,
Or the gavel.
with that, this meeting is adjourned.
Hey, you did it.
We survived.
Look, I have my art in here.
And it was
33
all-
items.